Good afternoon. It is, oh my goodness, it's already the 5th of October. What happened to September? Oh well, it is what it is. So today, I'm going to be talking about values, and next week I'm going to talk about the same thing. And you're probably thinking to yourself, what could we talk about for 2 weeks? Now remember, these aren't very long, so there's a lot can be talked about with values. And then in a couple more weeks, the last 2 weeks of the month, I'm going to be talking about beliefs, which is going to take part A and part B as well. Now, why am I spending so much time on these things? What is so important about your values and your beliefs that I would need to spend that kind of time on it? Well, let's consider how you act, how you speak, how you do things, your attitude. All those things are all based on the things that you value and the things that you believe. It's true. If you value something, you will protect it. And if you value something enough, you will protect it no matter what. So that can mean that the way you act towards other people who may be a little bit aggressive towards something that you value, you're going to be quite, maybe not aggressive, maybe you will be, but you'll be protective. Now, what about your beliefs? Well, if you believe that the world is flat, you're not going to go and try to go around the world because you're going to think that you're going to fall off the world. So you're not going to go very far. If you believe the world is round, then you believe that you can go all the way around it and no problem. So you can continue to do whatever. So these things actually make a difference. Sometimes those values and beliefs are not really our own. They're maybe put upon us, or we've learned it from when we were children, or from our peers, or somebody just said this is what you should value, so you know that person, you know them well, and so you go, yes, okay, I that's what I should value, or that's what I believe because that person is very smart, they're smarter than I am. I'd be really careful in those situations. So why values are important? Things like, and most people unfortunately don't think of things like these, but because it's kind of a given, everybody wants to be safe. So we value safety and security. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants respect. Everybody wants, everybody wants an education. Everybody wants, a car. Not everybody wants a car, but, they value that kind of transportation. So it's important that you know what you value, because if you're valuing something that really isn't of use to you, then it's not going to help you move forward. It's not going to help you with your day-to-day things. It's not going to help you with your relationships or the money you make or any of those sorts of things, your mental health, your physical health, all those things. If it's something that you really, truly don't value, then why is it so important to you? So those are the kinds of things that you need to check and see what's really important to you. So what I usually have my clients do is there's a list of very common values, as well as a space for you to put your own on. And what I have my clients do is circle 10. And some people they're 10 isn't enough for some people. They can't find 10. But the idea is to find 10 values that you truly you truly find that these things are super important for you. I'm sorry, I'm just wrapping a blanket around my legs. It's still a little bit cool out. It's still shorts weather. It's over 10 degrees, but just sitting here, there's a bit of a breeze in the shade here, so I'm just trying to wrap the blanket around my legs a little bit. Anyway, so values are extremely important, and when you choose the 10, really look at them and think about, what is it that why do I value this thing? Why do I value sincerity? Why do I value trust? Why do I value faithfulness? Why do I value friendships? Why do I value my car? Why do I value owning a home versus renting? Why do I, there's tons and tons and tons of things that you value. But try and narrow it down to 10. And then I get my clients to narrow it down to 3. And these 3, generally speaking, are the most important things to you. It might be loyalty. It might be, like I'm saying and giving you kind of all kinds of notions as to what they could be. But say, for instance, you personally value family time, and that family time is that you value having one meal a day with everybody at home. This is assuming you've got more than one person involved in your life, in like a family sort of situation. If you value that, then you're going to do everything you can to make sure that everybody is at the table at that particular point in time. And it doesn't matter what they think. This is your value, and this is what you want, and this is what you're going to work towards, because it's that valuable to you. So, hey, whoever's on, say hi. And if you're watching this, of course, if you're watching this live, please say a comment, just as I say, just say hi. And if you're watching this on the replay, #replay. And so values, yeah, this is what I'm talking about today, is values. And so I want you to look at your values. I want you to just write everything you can think of that is of value to you. It could be jewelry. It could be nature. It could be so many different things. Write those things down, and then I want you to narrow them down to 10. And then I narrow them down to 3. And that's an interesting way. There's an interesting way of doing that. And if you're familiar with any kind of sports like tennis or soccer or any of those kinds of sports, they have something called a round robin. And what that is you list out all the things that you want to narrow down. And so you compare the first one to the second one, and you decide which one of those is important, and you move it on. And then you do 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Hopefully you just did 10. If you've got more, put more down. So you compare 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and then you move one of them on forward. So now you have a list of 5. So you compare 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and number 5 moves on. It's called a bye. So now you're down to 3. And chances are those are your really important ones. Now if you have a lot more than that, you can narrow that down by doing 2 or 3 different round robins and narrowing them all down into 3. But you can go further. Go right down to number 1, because it's important to know what your most important value is. And the other 2 are very important too, but the number 1 is the one that's super important. And then look at it. Why is this the case? Why is this important to you? Are you maybe you're not getting that? So for instance, one of my clients, one of her values was grace. And at that point in time, she was not receiving grace from some people around her. And that was disappointing to her. But why was it really important to her? And so that's what we explore. Now, obviously, you can make this list on your own. I'm in the process of making a little workbook that you'll be able to pick up from my website for free, and you can work through it to your heart's content. And it'll be on values and beliefs, and so that'll be out soon. I'm not quite content with where it's at right now, but it's getting there, and I will certainly have that out within the next couple of weeks, and you can go from there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this on values today, and until next week, where we will be doing values part 2. Have a lovely day. I think this is going to be the warmest last day before winter sets in. It's supposed to be 21 degrees, which is in Celsius in Canada, for all my US friends that might be watching. Anyway, have a great day, and we will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.